This is our new committee boat. It is after the group who was commissioned to work on this came up with the criteria. We decided an 18-foot John boat. This came available in Michigan, so we went up and we bought it. Louie and I did. We had a great time doing that. It has a 90-horse jet engine, which we're going to cover in some detail, and then everything is controlled up here. When we bought the boat, it did have a trolling motor. It was a very sophisticated trolling motor, way more sophisticated than we need. So we're getting it replaced. It's been sold, and we're going to get it replaced with a new, simpler trolling motor to make it easier to move around. One thing about jet engines, they don't like to steer at low idle, okay, at idle speed. What they tend to want to do is you kind of have to goose it with the throttle to get it to kick the stern around. The bow doesn't, it'll want to pivot around the bow. And we'll get out in the water and we'll show you how that works here in a little bit, okay? But I'll just start with the back. We'll start with how to get into this thing. This is a fuel injected engine and also oil injected. It is a two-stroke engine, but do not mix oil in the gas. Again, don't mix the oil in the gas. To get in here where the oil is, you pop the two hitches off, one on each side. You kind of, it's probably easier from the back. There. You push the front up a little bit, and then the back comes up, okay? What you'll see on this side is the oil reservoir. Here's where you fill the oil. The oil must be a very specific oil, okay? And by the way, this is all written down, okay? The oil must be the Evinrude Johnson XD100 synthetic motor oil. $25 a quart, okay? Very expensive stuff. Do not use 10W40 in that. You'll screw the engine completely up, okay? Check the oil. There should always be a quart of oil in this transom here, okay? Check the oil before you get started while the boat's still on the trailer, so that everything is, you got a full tank of oil, and then also a full tank of gas. This has a full tank of gas now. It's a 5-gallon can, okay? Battery is back here as well. There is a plug in the middle, and Jim, if I can get you to bring your photo down here. It's down there in the very center of the transom. Thank you, Steve. That's where the plug is. Typically, we'll keep the plug out so that the bilge pumps don't run, okay? So, and it should be laying down at the bottom of the transom. All right, any questions so far?
It will typically be unplugged.
It will typically be unplugged. Okay. So definitely before you back the trailer in the water, check the plug. Okay, here's your battery. It's an undersized battery, but it works. That's a fuse. So, yeah.
We'll all do the sailor special and back it in, then check the plug, then, you know, bring it
and
back
then pull it back out.
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
It's a key feature.
Yeah. Okay, here, put that back in. All right, Steve, you done with the cap there?
Almost.
Okay.
I guess I am.
All right.
Just.
Then I'll close this up, and I'll put the cover back on. Okay. Who wants to put the cover back on? I don't have to do that. All right.
So, you said in online, half full. So anything below this black line right here, we know that we need to put more oil in.
Yeah, I would definitely put more oil in if it's half full or less.
Because it's full now.
It's full now. I've run it a grand total of a half hour. Okay.
Wow, it doesn't use much oil.
No, it does not.
But it is a two-stroke.
It is a two-stroke. It's oil injected and fuel injected. All right.
Birdie.
Okay, so go ahead and throw the top back on.
You're going too fast for Steve.
What year is it?
The motor is a 19.
19?
And the boat is a 2002. But the engine is a 19.
Okay.
One other thing I'll show you on the engine real quick, and Jim, you're going to want to run around on this side. There are trim tabs here, and there are also trim tabs on the throttle, okay? So you can pull the motor up and down right here. Okay? And that's useful if you get hung up in the harbor. But you can do the exact same thing, and we'll go through this again up here. There's also a trim tab up here. That's important. And the reason it's important, I'll jump down. The intake for the engine is right here. It's on the bottom. And so if you're at full throttle with a jet engine, you may have to adjust the trim, the motor angle, in order to continuously have water sucking in. You'll know that, and we'll go through this again, you'll know that by checking your pressure on your jet, okay? If it starts sucking air, this needle will go haywire, okay? That means you need to get it down in the water more, so trim it down, okay? All right, other things. A safety item. This is not part of the jet training, but a safety item. Everybody needs life jackets, right? I've got two kinds of life jackets here. Both are vest style. I really like this one because I can get and rescue somebody and pull them in. Okay? So if you're looking for new life jackets, I really strongly consider the kind with a little hand grab on the backside.
Works a lot better than the back of your pants.
It does. It does.
And you would know, Dorothy?
Yes.
I know all about that, being hauled in.
All right.
That's perfect.
The rear seats do swivel. One swivel's 90, the other one swivels 360, or 180, 360. This one I think hits. Yeah, that one hits. Okay. Very important. Jim, come on around this way. This is a box. Okay, it's a storage box. And it has a latch right here. That latch is not necessarily strong enough. If two big guys like me and Mike are sitting here and somebody's rams it into full throttle, we could pull that latch open and fly in the water. So there is an additional collarless pin. Okay? The collarless pin, you have to open this too, fits through that hole, through the hole here and through the hole here, and that is a secure way to hold this lid down. All right? I got the pin chained in and also a float on it. There's nothing in the box except for an extra one of these because I didn't know where to put it. I'm open to ideas. Okay. That's that. Over here, this boat, or this chair, is on a box too, but the box opens this way. So you can't accidentally flip it open. Down inside of here is a very important thing. All the goodies. So the box stays, it's a water secure, you can put your phone in it, etc. Okay? We got the key to the boat, there's actually two. One here and one here. All right? There is the deadman, which is tangled up in something here. You gotta have the deadman or the engine will not run. What is a deadman? In theory, let me get it untangled here. In theory, what you are supposed to do, okay, you might want to gather around over here where Chuck is. Or Carl, or whoever he is.
Chuck's over there.
Okay.
He's coming this way.
All right. So the dead man fits underneath. Everybody ready? Underneath where the key goes. If I get it right, it'll be a miracle.
Well, don't you have to pull it down using the key as leverage?
You know what? I think you probably do.
Yeah, turn the key a little bit and it'll lock in and you can pull it down.
No?
It might only pull down when you're in run.
No? I know, I
Jim,
pulled
can
it
you
out
see?
and I can't get it in. I didn't check this.
Right around here, he doesn't know what he's doing yet.
Yeah, we gotta do the audio
I just didn't
edit.
want you to step on me. That's why I put my head out.
Yeah, that's got to go on top. You're right. I don't want to start the engine.
Yes.
Let me try that key thing again.
Yeah, put the key in, turn a little bit, and it should pull down.
It's not pulling down.
Yeah, it does. So let's try it. Okay, wait. Let's
In his video, he
It
goes,
goes.
so he'll probably put it on mine.
No, it does pull down from there.
Well, it doesn't want
It
to pull
looks
down.
like it does, Steve, but I'm not making that happen.
Oh, what's that thing on top?
This here is the neutral throttle.
Oh, and should it be up in neutral before it was pulled
It
in?
is in neutral.
Oh, well, it should be fine.
Mind if I take a look?
Yeah, take a look. I don't mind.
I've seen it in there before.
I
know
have
it
too.
fits.
I pulled it out and I didn't realize
I see
what,
that, sir?
how challenging it would be. Okay, so let me, while they're working, I'll just explain what a dead man is. It has a wrist strap, okay? And so the idea of a dead man is if you're driving the boat full throttle and you have the wrist strap around you, if you fall out of the boat for any reason, the wrist strap pulls that thing, cuts the motor off, okay, without turning the key. All right, so you got to have the dead man in order for the engine to run. Okay,
Man, that is something, isn't it?
Yeah.
it is.
Let me try it.
There, oh, you didn't get it. Okay. No, you didn't get it.
Oh, see there. Okay.
And like I said, this will stay in the boat, and your phones will fit in here too. And just so you know, there is a cigarette lighter, or I should say, not cigarette lighter anymore, 12 volt DC
Charger,
for charging your phone. That's right.
So bring your own charger or
Yeah, you'll have to bring your own charger.
Check and see if it's in neutral.
It is in neutral.
It's supposed to fit like right here,
Yeah, it is.
but
Maybe it's broken.
well, we don't need broken.
No, we don't need broken.
we have
Let's see what this key does.
There it goes. Push it up.
Push it up. Now do it. There it is. All right, Steve figured it out. Okay, so now we'll Jim.
Push it up, and it fits real easy.
Yeah, you push up. Don't pull down. Push up. Thank you, Steve.
Yeah.
The key. No, actually, it does not have to have a key. You can push it up with your finger.
Oh, push up the button.
Yeah, there's a button on the bottom where the key fits in. Okay,
Yeah, I guess you don't need the key, right?
so good. Okay, what else do I want to tell you? Okay,
Push up.
I've only ever seen
real
you
quick, what
pull
we're
it
gonna
out.
do is we'll go through the rest of the boat, and then we'll put it in the water and we'll do some driving. Okay, we got running lights. Okay, which are your red and green and your back.
Oh, they are?
The red and green are on. Okay, you got bow lights, which Jacob, you're gonna get blind. It's the ones in the very front. Okay, and you've got the console light, which now you're really gonna get blind, which is this guy right here.
That is pretty good.
Okay, and then there is a horn. Okay, great for starting races.
Moonlight sail.
Exactly. Couple other things. Steve, would you mind dropping the anchor onto the ground, or placing the anchor onto the ground? Okay. This has a windlass on it, so you can bring the anchor up. Okay?
Yeah, but not any further than.
Yeah, not any further than that. Exactly. Okay. So
We're looking at that.
it does not. So you have to kind of watch.
Gonna let her down a little bit.
Yeah. There we go. Okay. There we go.
That'll do it.
Okay, so it makes it nice to anchor the boat. Cup holders. Oh, paddle, which has also on it, it's a telescoping boat hook as well.
I want one.
Okay, so if you've got a swimmer, you might be if he's got that little catch on the back, you might be able to rescue him a little bit easier. All right, what else? I think that's about it. What am I forgetting, Dorothy?
Well,
Oh, this is a new timer, okay? This is not a kitchen timer. This is a laboratory timer. They cost about twice as much, so instead of $10 or $20, okay? It has 3 presets, 5 minute, 10 minute, and 15 second, okay? What's nice about this, I'm gonna pick, let me hit reset. I'm gonna pick 15 seconds. What's nice about this is, when I hit start stop, which is the SS button, it'll count down. This is only 15 seconds, so go pretty quick. But what I really like is after it counts down, it starts counting up.
That's pretty handy.
Okay, so it makes it really nice for doing Portsmouth. Okay, So it's got Velcro sticky on the back. Turn the alarm off by doing that. Velcro sticky on the back, and then this little clip can fasten on there so we won't lose it. Okay? There is no on-off. It's always on. Okay.
And it's battery powered. Does it have to be?
AAA batteries.
So we need to carry a few of those.
Well, yeah, they'll probably last the season.
That's full of batteries.
It is. Okay, a couple other things. Neutral is here. Forward is here. Reverse is here. Now, watch the motor. Jim, why don't you go back to the motor and I'll put it back in neutral. And you'll see what happens to the jet thruster. Okay?
What did you do to go from maple to the
That's
the bus, right?
Hold the handle. Okay, so I'm going to push it up to forward. You see what happened to that black piece? Okay? Now I'm going to pull it all the way down to reverse. Okay, you see what happens to that black
That's
piece?
cool.
With a jet engine, the thruster is always on. That means when you are just in idle, it's still thrusting, but it's thrusting equally back and forward.
So put it in neutral.
So neutral is right here.
Oh, so
Okay.
back and forward.
It
Oh,
goes back and
that's
forward.
cool.
So it's
Okay? And then one last thing, the cold throttle in neutral is this guy. Okay? You shouldn't have to use it. The engine just started right up when I ran it about a month ago. But if you do, there's no choke on this because this is fuel injected. Okay, there's no choke, so you don't have to push the key in to choke it or anything. But you might have to accelerate the engine to get it to start a little bit. This is your neutral throttle. If this won't work, nor will it allow you to go into, it won't work in gear, nor will it allow you to go into gear. It blocks the throttle. Okay? And then again, your trim tab is on here. Whoop. There we go.
So do you need to bring it all the way up before putting it in?
Yeah, for putting it in, it's not a bad idea to bring it up.
So I was looking at the, I didn't see where the water intake for the engine is.
It's on the bottom.
Yeah, you can-
Definitely,
you can
well,
come
that
look at
goes
it
for
now.
the Thrust, but I'm talking about
No.
the water cooling for the engine.
The intake for all the water is on the bottom. The thrust is out the back.
So it uses, you say it's always running. The impeller always is running.
Turbine is always running.
Yeah.
So it
I
only
think it's to
has
keep you
one-
from
we don't
bringing a
have
duck
to,
in or something.
say, replace one of those rubber water pumps because it's using the big,
The turbine to
it's
pump.
using for water cooling.
Right.
That's very nice.
Okay. Thank you. One other thing. These are your flag holders, and we'll go through the starting sequence sometime. But flags can be held in here. I've got 4 flags ready to go, and we'll talk about a 5-minute sequence start. All right. How about we put the boat in the water?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. You can stop the recording while we do that.